May I know who was asking for the AI?
Can you help mute Teresia or something? Okay. So, welcome everyone to today's session. I hope now I'm heard clearly. So welcome everyone. My name is Irene Maganga. Most of you know me. I'll be hosting the event today. So karibuni sana. Feel free to use the chat box and we'll be with you all in the chat box. We'll take questions at the end. So make sure that you know the name and the person you want to address your question to, because you have so many people today. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who joined us today. That is you and me. We really appreciate your time and value your contribution. I also like to thank the authors of the newsletter articles. We have Ayubu Msuya, Jamal Maringo, Elimatamu Akilasa, Keja Kiwia, Irene Chahe, Irene Maganga, Mwanaidi Mwacha, Emmanuel Haule, Mark Limo, Festo Maltin, and Godfrey Christian. So these guys have done an amazing job, and I hope you all have received the link to the website and have started reading the articles. I also thank the editors of the work. We have Willy Muhagama, who is the Mbeya Chapter Events Coordinator and also works at the Mbeya University of Science and Technology. I hope that's the real name, that's MUST. We also have Kesha Kiwia, she's the TELTA HQ Secretary, and she works at Twiga Primary School in Dar es Salaam. And lastly, we have Irene Maganga, who is a TELTA member and a former PD coordinator of TELTA. So without their contribution, we wouldn't have this. So we thank you guys and thank you so much. So let's begin this. I would love to know if Mwakilasa is here. We are going to have a panel discussion to discuss what these people have done, what they have written in the newsletter, what their chapters have been doing, all the events they've mentioned. I have a few questions for them. When the way they're answering them, that means we'll have backup questions and we'll take questions from you guys. We'll begin with the TELTA HQ. I hope Martin is here. Martin?
I'm here, but can you start with the case here so that I should be in a comfortable place? Right now I'm in a money bus.
What I can't do, the issue is these questions are arranged according to their context.
Okay,
So
let's go ahead, but you'll bear with me in some noises on the background. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So to the rest of you, kindly, as I said earlier, take a note of the questions you want to ask and make sure you take a name of the person you want to address them to. I'll ask them some questions and then we'll take questions from you. We are beginning with the TELTA HQ. They have a lot of articles. It's almost 6 or 7 articles, and I'm going to ask a few questions from those articles so that you get more information. Maybe that's something that was not there or it's there, but we need more information. So I'll begin with Martin, as I said. So Martin, TELTA has been conducting both online and in-person webinars and training sessions. We have conferences, we have webinars, we have workshops. So for example, this year we have seen that we have started baseline training in some regions, including Dar es Salaam. So as an association, there is often a yearly target for outreach. How many teachers are you planning to reach out to this year through your initiative? That is 2025.
Can I start recording? Thank you very much, Irene. This year, 2025, we are planning to reach over 3,000 Tanzanian teachers across the country. For example, in Dar es Salaam alone, for the baseline training, as I'm speaking right now, we have already reached more than 400 teachers. So we are still continuing. We are going to meet other teachers on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We'll be going to other districts. So far, we have covered Kinondoni, Ilala, and we are going to Ubungo and Temeke in a few days to come. As I'm doing this in Dar es Salaam, we're expecting that in the regions, our TELTA chapters are also doing the same. So by the end of February, we are sure that we would have reached more than 3,000 teachers. That is for the baseline training only. But when it comes to webinars and the conference, we are expecting the number to times two, right? Why I'm saying to be times two, because during the webinars, we're expecting a double team of mentors and mentees that we are having right now. That is, we are having mentors from who are working under British Council, and then we're having mentors and mentees who are also doing a voluntary project with TELTA. These ones, we expect them to reach another audience or maybe another team of teachers. And then during the conference, we are aiming at more than 400 teachers to come for the training, which means every time you reach a teacher, you are sure that you are having 3-4 teachers behind that teacher. So our target will surely be achieved. Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. Kesia, you are reminded to record.
It is in a recording mode, so you shouldn't worry.
Okay. It's not showing this side. Okay. We're going now to Kesia. I hope you're ready. So TELTA has several programs and projects for both teachers and students. That means that at the end of the program, they become alumni of the association and the programs. So TELTA has a motto for cascading knowledge to others. Have you considered organizing events for alumni to share their knowledge that they've gained from the programs?
Yeah, thank you for the question, Irene. Yes, we have alumni from teachers and students. And this year, recently, we have started having WhatsApp group for alumni to our students, alumni. We have the group that we wanted to connect them together so that they can initiate something positive from what they've learned from our program. But also, normally in our country group or WhatsApp country group of TELTA, we normally announce teachers who went for different programs to cascade the knowledge. To them, we didn't do the intensive alumni kind of activities, but we normally call them and convince them to cascade the knowledge through different advertisements and through different activities that we TELTA provide. So this one is now the call for this question, that is the call for the HQ to be more precise on how to create the group that is intensively for alumni, so that they can cascade the knowledge that they get either from our ongoing programs as TELTA or the past program that we have been doing. Thank you so much.
Okay, you have talked about group. What kind of group are you talking about? Is it a WhatsApp group, or is it Telegram, or is it Facebook?
For the student, we have a WhatsApp group, alumni for students. And the program, we had two programs. We have two programs, which is Kinful and Access. So the Access student have their own group, and the Kinful student have their own group. And this year, the Access group celebrated 25 years of since it has been started here, and they're the one who organized the celebration, and we were there just to give the coaching and the advising them on how to do the celebration, and it went well.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Back to Mwakilasa. So Mwakilasa, if you have read the articles, you'll see that, yes?
Go ahead.
So you see that we have some TELTA chapters like Kigoma, Kagera, and Arusha that have been using WhatsApp for chats and presentation. Can you mute a bit? Mwakilasa, thank you. So I've been saying, if you have read the chapters, the articles, you see that some TELTA chapters like Kigoma, Kagera, and Arusha have been using WhatsApp for chats and presentations. We've also seen some TAs in Africa and worldwide using WhatsApp for presentations. They indicated in their articles as well. So as TELTA HQ, what are your thoughts on this approach of using WhatsApp for chats and presentations?
At HQ, we once discussed this, and we really agreed that it is one of the best ways to reach teachers in the most remote areas, as long as they are connected. Once the teachers in the WhatsApp group of the region was TELTA, we have WhatsApp group for the nation, and then we have WhatsApp group for each chapter. So all the chapters have their own WhatsApp groups whereby each chapter can reach a big audience, right? Using the presentations over the WhatsApp. Since the presentations will be on WhatsApp, that means even members that want to learn that particular topic and they are not in that region, they are still be accessing that presentation. So we support that, and we encourage. We want more chapters to learn from Kigoma and Kagera, who have been doing excellent, and Arusha. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the clarification. But again, we have the TELTA general group. If I say it correctly, I don't remember what's the name of the group, but it's the group that all members are there together as HQ. Are you planning to have presentations or chats in that group? Because we are members and we have all the rights to have the presentations, whether in WhatsApp or in Zoom. So are you planning to do that in that group as well, apart from the chapters? Mwakilasa.
Sure. This year there are plans to do that in the national group, whereby we have seen that some of our members, when we have a presentation, some may not be there. For example, right now we are doing the baseline, which means we have some members who will not be participating in the baseline activities, which means we have to organize it as headquarters to do the baseline presentation via WhatsApp for the national group. Thank you.
Thank you. So we are waiting for that baseline training in the WhatsApp group. Again, Mwakilasa, now that we have established a ground that TELTA uses WhatsApp for its programs and initiatives, can you tell us a bit about how TELTA uses WhatsApp platform? How do you use it, apart from presentations, have you said?
Thank you very much. Apart from presentation, the WhatsApp group is the major means of communication for the TELTA members. And through this the WhatsApp groups, this is where we put an announcement of opportunities that teachers might be able to get from different embassies. We also have national announcements that maybe the president wants to announce something for all the members to know. We announce it via the WhatsApp groups. We also have like the upcoming conference. All members have information. We will post our information. We will post them to the group first before we post them to non-members. So members will see the opportunities, apply, and then that's when we can share the cake with other non-members. You know, there's always a saying in Kiswahili, watu watoto wako chakula kwanza kabla ya jirani. So we always share with our teachers first every opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Martin. So guys, have you heard TELTA uses WhatsApp for different activities, initiative, and purposes. So if you are not one of the members who are in these groups, kindly join TELTA, be a member, and become one of the group members. So the last question is for Kezia before we take questions from the audience. In different articles, it is clearly seen that TELTA programs often rely on platforms like Zoom and WhatsApp for communication, spread of resources, training materials, and trainings. But you have mentioned internet connectivity as one of the significant challenges. How do you plan to address this issue?
Okay, thank you so much for the question. So if there is a, they say that if there is a need, there is a way. As a teacher, you need to be very proactive using different network companies to make sure that you stay connected, because if you're not connected, and most of us live in different peripherals, it is quite difficult to reach you out. So we encourage teachers to be connected and to try different ways of connectivities, internet connections, internet networks, so that they can stay connected. But also, we are trying our level best to make the information be spread using emails, whereby it is not very instantly, but when it helps a little bit. But the problem is most of our teachers, they are not used to email. That is why we were focusing on using WhatsApp and other social medias, because they used to they are using social media almost daily. But I just encourage teachers to not always look for sympathy that the officers will help them. It is us. The English is for us, and it is us who are supposed to look for opportunities so that we can overcome such a problem. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. As much as you're encouraging us to use different service providers like Vodacom, Tigo, Airtel, and others, we also encourage the HQ to keep trying using WhatsApp and Facebook to reach out to those who are in very remote areas. So we'll take a few questions from the audience. I've asked my questions. I hope you have read the articles from the HQ. There was an article about different projects, if I remember correctly. We have an article about Prelim 2, we have an article about Kinfo, we have an article about Access, we have an article about our project, we have an article about TOT, Teacher Training of Trainers, TOT. So if you have questions on those articles, you can ask now. We have few minutes, we'll take a few minutes to answer questions. Any questions for the HQ? Kindly, you can raise a hand or you can type in the chat box. We'll see it. Yes, Petro?
Thank you very much, Kezia and the HQ team, for this nice presentation. I've learned a lot from TELTA and the work that is done by TELTA. I appreciate that, and I would like to acknowledge that I'm also a product of TELTA, and most of my success has stemmed from TELTA. After that, I have two questions. One is concerned about the new curriculum. I know that the curriculum has changed. I have not gone through it, the all of it, but I've started reading it. And also, I've seen like some of the English teachers are questioning where the topics in the new syllabus that has been shared with us. So I would love to know if there is any way that TELTA is prepared to address this issue of the new curriculum and equip teachers with the knowledge that would help them navigate through the new syllabus and the new curriculum. And the second question, I know due to the advancement of technology, teaching and learning is taking a new dynamic. like the incorporating technology in learning and teaching. So I would love to know if TELTA is prepared anyhow to equip teachers with the necessary technology, and especially the AI. I know that everything now is AI based. So I'm curious to know if TELTA is prepared anyhow to equip teachers with the knowledge how to incorporate this technology in their classrooms, and also to use the AI productively. Like in many cases, in some of the groups that of the scholars, I've seen like people would ask questions to the AI and copy and paste if they asked something about or to write something. So may I know if TELTA is prepared to help these teachers navigate through these challenges and incorporate the technology in their teaching and learning, and to make it so much effective? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Petro. So I'm not sure who is taking this question between KJ and Mwakilasa. So the first one was about the improved curriculum. It's not new as such, but it's improved. Mtaala ulioboreshwa, that's the Kiswahili version. And then we have the other one about technology and AI. HQ, you're welcome.
Thank you for the good question, Petro. Let me answer first, and then Kesia will do the sum up. The first question is TELTA prepared to tackle the challenge that we are now having of the new curriculum? The answer is yes. Okay. The answer is yes. TELTA is very much prepared to do that, as we know that the challenges that have been raised in the new curriculum needs teachers to integrate technology in their teaching. And most of our presentations are actually talking about that language teachers have to be prepared and have to make sure that they integrate technology in their teaching. And we are training them to use the minimum resources they have to do the teaching in class. For us to go directly to do the major trainings, we have written the letter to TAMISEMI to ask for permission if we can train the teachers for that. Unfortunately, we have not been given the green light. So right now, as I'm talking, we are still waiting, but I'm sure that through this baseline project, the reports that TAMISEMI will get will make them understand that there's need for that such training for the teachers. Right. Concerning integrating AI to the teachers, we are planning that when we are given the green light, that's when we can come up with training for teachers on how to use such things in their lessons. But so far, we are just partly doing it. And with the help of those ones, former TELTA members like Petro himself, who are now in US, I think we are going to go miles in integrating AI in our teaching. Thank you.
Kesia, do you want to add?
Yes. Thank you, Mwakilasa, for the good clarification. And thank you, Petro, for the observation. Yes, it's a bit challenging I'm talking about AI now. It's a bit challenging because most of teachers have been doing baseline, and during the break, I was just prompting them on how far they know about AI and how they use it. And it is not that much big, but it is a call for teachers now to make sure that the technology to run with technology. The technology is running very fast, and if we don't know these trend issues about education and technology, teachers will be left behind. And most of them, I was just briefing them about AI and how to use it, but I was insisting them to observe and to make sure that they're in line with educational ethics. And as Martin said, that we are in writing stage on to TAMISEMI, asking on these technological artificial intelligence issues if they will give us permission to talk about it, we will be more than happy to work with other teachers like you who knows much about it, work together so that we can help teachers to use AI ethnically so that they can be global teacher and not left behind with the technology. Thank you.
Thank you. I have a question for Martin from the chat box. Sorry, Irene, we'll come back to you. Let me ask this first. So Martin, you've talked about baseline training conducted in Ilala and Kinondoni. Someone is asking, what about other districts like Kigamboni?
Thank you, Irene, for coming up with that question. But if that person was listening, would have heard that I said that we are moving to other districts after the district education officers asked us to. Because, last year we wrote for the baseline training the whole of Dar es Salaam, and we were purged away. We were not granted any permission to do. So what we did is last year, we just did it with the TELTA members, calling TELTA members. And then we did a mini training because we were given a venue at the American corner. But this time around, it started with Ilara district, that after the celebration that Casey was talking about, the access celebration, the education officers were called to that celebration, but Ilala education officer was there, the national education officer, I'm sure, was there, and then we shared with him that we have been doing this and we are craving to do this, and then we were given a green light to start with Ilala. So when we were doing it in Ilala, that's when Kinondoni asked for us to move to Kinondoni. So after Ilala, we went to Kinondoni, and now we are going to Ubungo. And the Temeke is showing interest. So I'm sure between Temeke and the Kigamboni, anyone who comes first will be moving to those areas.
Okay, let's hope Kigamboni will show interest. Irene?
Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, my question goes to Kesia. She said that there are kinful students that are using WhatsApp group. At what time do the students use WhatsApp group? As we know, in our country, students are not supposed to use WhatsApp. Are they using at school or after school? Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have varieties of alumni. Now we have alumni who are in university level. So those who are in university level, they are free to use the use of technology and WhatsApp freely. For those who are still in school, normally they use during weekend and evening time. And they are using those, normally they use their parents' phone. So if their parents' phone, it is normal in the evening under the parents' guidance. So we are very keen about that. And since we taught them about social and emotional and about to understand the environment, to understand themselves and to make decisions. These students are very keen on the use of technology and the proper timetable that is in line with their learning and other social entities. Thank you.
Thank you so much. If we have more questions for the HQ, kindly reserve them. We have 6 chapter leaders whom I'm going to ask a few questions, and then I'll leave the floor for you guys to ask them questions as well. So we have Irene Chahe, we have Mark Limo. Irene is from Arusha chapter, Mark is from Kilimanjaro. We have Hassan from Kigoma, and then we have Emanueli Haule from Mbeya, and we have Festo from Lindi. I hope I've not missed anyone. Oh, we also have Godfrey from Kagera. Yeah. So they are 6. I hope you guys are ready. This is going to be random. Are you all here? Keja, help me check if they're all here.
Yes, I saw them.
Okay. So thank you so much. Apart from the articles written by the TELTA HQ about their programs and projects, we also have activities and events that were done in different chapters. So we had an article from Arusha chapter an article from Kilimanjaro, an article from Kigoma. We had one from Kagera, from Mbeya, and from Lindi. So I will begin with Mark Limo. Mark. So Mark, in your article, you talked about that last year you had the EMI program, that is English as a Medium of Instruction program, where you reached 10 English language teachers and 40 science teachers. So what are the plans and your targets for 2025? That was 2024.
Okay, thank you very much. And the program was for 40 science teachers and 10 English language teachers. And our plan now is to ensure that these teachers are cascading their knowledge to teachers, to their fellow teachers in their school, so that this project can expand to more participants where teachers where students in their
Okay, I also understand that EMI program was run for, I don't remember, was it 5 or 10 regions, Kesia? Was it 5 or 10? Okay, so among the regions, we also had Mbeya. So Emmanuel, is he around? Yeah, Irene is reminding me it's 10. Is Haule around? Haule from Mbeya? Are you here?
He's not.
Kesia, do you see him?
He's not.
Okay, do we have Willie if he's not here?
Either do him. Let me call them.
Okay, we'll move to another person then, if they are not here, the Mbeya people. So we're moving to Godfrey. Godfrey, are you here? Yes, I can see you.
I'm
so
here.
Godfrey, according to your article, in Kagera, you conducted workshops, you had webinars, and you had WhatsApp chats for teachers. So how many teachers have benefited from these initiatives so far?
Okay, thank you, Irene, for the question. As we wrote on our article, we conducted workshops, including baseline, and even baseline included English teachers, and even those teachers who are not English teachers. So for the case of baseline, we have reached more than 500 teachers in the region. So also now we having WhatsApp chat, and the news is we were the first chapter to initiated this WhatsApp chat, and the other chapters imitated. So for this WhatsApp chat, we are reaching more than 300 teachers.
That's impressive.
Apart from that, yeah, apart from that, we conducted online webinar. Though this we get a few number, because most of teachers, they don't use with Zoom. But for this, we reached 100 teachers.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
You have impressive numbers. I hope others are learning from this. Do we have Festo from Lindi? Do we have Festo? Festo, if you're here.
He was in his way, but we have his representative, Onesmo.
Onesmo?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, I have a question for you. Wait for it.
All right.
So Lindi also has organized a series of workshops
I'm
and
ready.
online sessions. You have organized a series of workshops and online sessions. So my question is, are all these activities funded? And if they are funded, how do you secure the necessary resources?
All right, thank you very much for this opportunity. Our workshops, I can say all are funded. We have, stakeholders who work with us hand in hand to make sure these things are done here. We have been conducting this series of workshops with the help of Aga Khan Foundation, which they are purposely doing their project in Lindi. They call it as an project area. So we aligned our vision with them and find out that they need us to be there so that things also can be moved. And also we have another stakeholder called Tunandoto. This is the community-based organization that deal with the inclusive education and also gender. So whenever we have an opportunity to conduct a workshop, we can sit with them and then discuss. We can give them input times so that they can have with the idea about inclusivity classroom and also gender issues. So through incorporating their ideas with us, we were able to conduct a multiple series of workshops here in Lindi. And also in order to secure this fund, we have an action plan, a year action plan that we submit to them. And also we file a report, even though they didn't support us, but we have to submit the reports of the events that we have already done. Maybe it could be under a sponsorship of Aga Khan or Tunandot, but we can write a report to them to tell them that this is what we are doing. Guys, we can come on board and do it together. And also a couple of meeting with them, having a face-to-face discussion, open a room for us to know exactly what they need in their organization so that we can, think on a slight opportunity so that we can penetrate and have the fund that we need for our workshops. This is done not because of one-man show, but we have a team that's, trying to put resources together so that we can move. We have an event coordinator, Mr. Biseko, who is organizing things in the backwards. And then we have, just like we have a festo, whenever we have an workshop, he is dealing with, making sure that the members are joining. That is why our platform was a little bit low, but for now we have a large number. We have reached many teachers in our area. Thank you.
Okay, before you leave us, I have another question for you, Onesmo. So I hope others have read Lindy chapter articles. So in one of the areas in the chapter, you wrote that you had a workshop whereby you demonstrated the use of technology to teachers. If you get me correctly. In the article, there was a workshop that you demonstrated the use of technology to teachers. So I have few questions in that area. So the first one is, could you share the technologies that you introduced and shared to teachers? What were the feedback from the teachers? And did they adopt the technologies you introduced to them? And if there are any challenges they faced during the implementation?
Wow, so lovely. Thank you very much. After realizing that we need to shift from a ways of training teacher, we need also to incorporate technology. So we sat down together with the Aga Khan Foundation. We feed them with the idea that we have, which is to train teachers on the use of Zoom, and also to train teachers on the use of Google Meet, so that we can have an online sessions for the teachers. We can reach many teachers through online facilities. So we conducted those training in three different districts. We had Lindi Municipal, Mtama District Council, and also we had with Ruangwa District Council. All these are the areas that where Aga Khan are working with. So we train those teachers and then we shift to use this technology. So we now have weekly sessions, which we conduct in a Zoom. After the training, we come up with the monitoring and follow-up for those teachers who we trained in the schools. So whenever they face challenge, we are there for them so that they can be able to use that technology. The feedback from the teacher was really, really impressive, because when they face any challenge, they reach out to you. How can I use this one? Or you already planning for a session this week. Before that day, you may find a teacher calling you. How can I be able to use this technology? So step by step, you guide him and you assist him until he become or she become a competence in that area. During the session, he may show up or she may show up, and then the session went on. And also, we introduced this technology also to the education leaders. So one of the leaders, which is the regional education office, is also part of what we are doing. Every week in the session, if had an ample time, he joined with us and discussed with us and give us, this courage of how we can, continue doing this session. So we have, this is how we emerge here in Lindy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Onesmo. So in these chapters, apart from this dealing with teachers, there is also programs and projects for students. So I'm going back to Mark. Mark, you currently run various programs for students in Kilimanjaro, which included the environment initiatives and IT program, if I remember correctly. So I'm interested in the IT program you did in one school. It was only one school. So are there plans to extend it to other schools this year? Mark
Yes,
Limo.
thank you. Yes, thank you very much. And the reality is we have been engaging with Liakrim Secondary School for IT club because the devices are available at that particularly school. But we have other schools who wish to use the IT, but teachers are not interested enough. So our plan is to make sure that the members that we have in our Kilimanjaro group, we are going to convince so that we can share them on how they can use the devices with their students so that we can change the students and the teachers' mentality on using. So students are interested, but teachers are not so much interested because of phobia. So our plan is to train more teachers through our workshops so that teachers they reduce the phobia of using technology so that we can reach out to more schools and shape the students in using the technology. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Mark. So we are all teachers. I do understand the issue with the phobia, but this is a call to everyone who is here to kindly start using technology, be an IT expert. And as Kilimanjaro have done it in one school, they have the IT club. We can also do that in our schools. From Mark, I'm moving to, let's see, Hassan. Is Hassan around? I saw him, yes. So Hassan is from Kigoma. So in the Kigoma article, there is a climate change initiative with students, which is very commendable. So how many schools are you currently participating? How many schools are participating in this program in Kigoma?
Thank you very much, Madam Irene, the moderator. Hi, everyone. I hope everyone is fine here. I'm Hassan Nusura, the secretary from Kigoma chapter. In climate action initiatives, we have 3 schools, which are Kichanga Chui Secondary School, Buteko Secondary School, and Muhambwe Secondary School. Kichanga Chui is under Mwanaidi Mwacha, and Buteko is under Elizabeth Magomero, and the Muhambwe Secondary School in Kibondo there is under Mija Machibia. So we have only three schools conducting these initiatives. And this initiative came after the scholarship of two teachers who are Mwanaidi Mwacha and Elizabeth Magomelo, who have been conducting the global climate action projects for about 2 years. So from what they got from these projects, they decided to cascade their knowledge and they make the practical, practical climatic action projects in our local environment, starting with their schools. But they have managed to raise the awareness to the community and also to other schools, including my school, Nyangabo Secondary School, which is in Uvinza, Ngoroka. So we at the end of the last year, we started the project like this, especially planting trees. For Kichangachu Secondary School, the previous year, they conducted environmental conservation projects, which is soil eradication project under Mwanaidi Mwacha. They were together with the students. They decided to prevent soil erosion by filling the potholes on the roads, because, as you know yourself, Kichangachui is in the steep slope. It is found in the steep slope where the vertical erosion is rampant. So they decided to plant trees and also to fill the potholes which make the road impassable for the students, to reach the school, and also even the educational officers who want to visit the school. And coming to Elizabeth Magomelo, started the campaign, which is involving the picking up of the plastic bottles around the Lake Tanganyika. As you know, Buteko Secondary School is nearby Lake Tanganyika. Whereby this place is populous area, whereby the pollution is inevitable. So Elizabeth Magomelo decided these initiatives to prevent the pollution, to make sure that the aquatic organisms are safe, which are, as you know yourself, in Lake Tanganyika, we have migebuka and the other kinds of fish. So due to the presence of fishing activity in Lake Tanganyika, is impacted it to have a large amount of pollution. So in the previous year, Elizabeth Magomelo managed to collect about more than 500 kilograms of bottles, whereby after collecting these bottles, she managed to start another program of recycling these bottles into new products, which is paving blocks. So the process of collecting these plastic materials is helped to maintain the environment, because aquatic organisms can't survive well wherever there is plastic materials. And these plastic materials, we recycle them to get new products, which is paving blocks, which we can use for domestic purpose. And coming to Muhambwe Secondary School under Media Machibia, Media Machibia has managed to start the initiative of preserving the environment. Is the school is affected by the erosion. So Media Machibia has started the initiative of planting the trees and the flowers, which has impacted to get oxygen gas and also reducing the amount of carbon dioxide gas, which is toxic gas, and which is affecting our global Earth. So these schools have started, but we are expecting to increase more schools in these actions of preventing our environment. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hassan, for such a nice explanation. But it's again a call for you, Kigoma people, to please expand these initiatives to other schools. I've observed all the schools you've mentioned are secondary schools, so nothing has been done in primary schools. We all know that primary schools are the foundation. So if we teach these students from primary level, it will be a great help for the future. So we should begin from primary level. And I'm sure your coordinator is here and she is hearing what I'm saying right now.
Yeah, we are taking your advice, and as you know yourself that we have mentorship program, and this mentorship program in selecting the mentees, we decided to consider also primary schools. So we take this advice, and I think this year will increase more schools.
Thank you so much. I would also love for my authors to please turn on your cameras so that I can see you. I'm only talking to myself. I'm only seeing my face here. So I'm moving to Irene Chahe. If you can show your face,
Okay.
that would be lovely. I'll come back to you.
Okay.
Now I'm going to
let me go to the light.
Yeah. So Irene, in your article, you mentioned about climate crisis initiative. We're still on the environment with the students. So this is particularly relevant given the global importance of climate change. We do understand that. So how many schools are currently participating in the initiative you have in Arusha? Irene, you're muted.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay. Currently, the initiative has just started as a pilot school, which is Moshono Secondary School, where we just adopted the activities into our schools, Oldadai Secondary Schools, where we planted trees, and also Kikwe Secondary Schools, they planted trees and also green vegetables. As we know that climate crisis is a global challenge, which is caused by climate change, and it is caused by human activities. These activities bring a lot of problem in our society. So we cooperate with the students to do these activities within our schools, and we continue to expand these activities to other schools. As we know, most of the activities which are done by TELTA mostly are done in Meru DC, and the Arusha district and the Arusha city. We still wanted to expand to other districts like Longido, Monduli, and Karatu, because we have some members within our groups. We can just cooperate with them through virtual, because sometimes distance is a barrier to us, so that we can initiate another activities. Thank you.
I think Irene has talked. Yeah, she's back.
I'm back. So we are still in Arusha, as I said. Arusha, you have the Read Me zone in schools, which focuses on reading, a skill that is vital as other language skills. And I also believe that reading is a foundational and often begins at primary level. So why did you decide to implement the program in secondary schools instead of primary schools? And do you have plan for primary schools?
Okay, thank you. The program of Lead Me Zone has just been launched last year on April at Kikwe Secondary School. It does not end there, but we also adopted that Lead Me Zone in our schools, whereby we involve students to explore the books of their interest, because the Lead Me Zone is not only acquired in a secondary level, it is a good foundation in a primary level. Right now, we have just have a call for action. This January, we hope to expand in other schools. We have the Gym Jam daycare where we wanted to share with them. We will just collect different students from different schools, and we have been given a chance with the Iowa State University to be given the books where we can just use them to those daycare. And also we still call other schools, or we still share with other schools where they can just show up and just initiate this program in their school. Thank you.
Thank you. Nice explanation. But again, on that, can you explain a bit what's a readme zone? For those of us who wants to start it in our schools, we need to understand it a bit. 2 minutes. Irene?
Okay. The readme zone is what we call, it is program where we initiate the clubs of reading in our schools and our classroom, where we involve students to read the books of their interest, not only the academic one that we are using within our class, but other schools to integrate the culture of reading within our classroom. So reading does not end at the classroom, but outside the classroom. How do the student have that passion to read? So we just want to share with also parents to have this culture with the student. Sometimes the student, they lack material. So with this program, we also wanted to share the online resource where also parents can just find some resource for their student, because we have different material like the measly stories, the classic literature, fiction stories, science fiction, where the student can just learn at their home or at the school. So this is how we do. Thank you.
Okay, so it's not about the physical book, it's also about something that is found online. So can you kindly, as you are sharing to the parents, share with us the links to those resources?
Okay, we will just share with you.
Yeah, you can use the chat box. Okay. We are now going to, this should be Kagera. We are still with the students. Godfrey, I hope you're here.
Yes.
So in your article, you talked about Kagera organizing joint examinations for Form 2 and Form 4 students. These are examination classes. So do the school contribute to the examination preparations, and how is the marking process managed? Because others also want to prepare the joint exams.
Okay, thank you for the question. Okay, before that, TELTA Executive Committee thought about how to increase the English performance in the NECTA exams. And one of the strategies was having exams. We have come up with that because students need a lot of practice. So when they get a lot of exams, it means they get use of them. And at the end, the result will change. That's how we came with that joint exams. The procedure of that joint exam is we call for teachers who are ready to set up questions. So we can have teachers setting questions. Then we have a committee which is dealing with correcting those questions and come up with one exam. So from there, those teachers who are ready, they were given a soft copy. So they are taking this soft copy and they produce. So the cost is for the school. So they have to talk to their head of schools if they are ready, so they can take the expenses of producing the exams to their students. So once the students done with the exam, teachers have to mark them and they sending results to committee then the committee is preparing the joint or the final results for the schools who participated to that exam. That's how we always do.
So the teachers are volunteering.
Yeah, teachers are volunteering.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bear with me a bit. Going back to Kigoma, Hassan, I hope you're here. So in the Kigoma article, you emphasize the importance of partnership with stakeholders, such as government officials. So how do you go about building and sustaining these partnerships?
Yes, of course. We deal with partnership. So we sustain partnership by seeking advice from them, so that we can get the best way on how to conduct our programs. But also we present the plans, everything which we want to do. I mean, we find our partners, and our very special partners are government officials in our sector, regional educational officers and district educational officers, plus CWT and Chakwawata, and even banks. So we maintain this partnership also by presenting the report, by submitting the report of what we do, especially the workshops, the trainings which we conduct to our fellow teachers, and different projects like the British Council projects, and even those projects of raising awareness about how to prevent climatic destruction, climatic conservation. So everything we are doing, we try to submit to our partners. So this helps to engage, helps to motivate them so that they can continue engaging, working with us. This is what we do in strengthening and maintaining the partnership with the stakeholders of education in Kigoma. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I've noticed Mbeya people are not yet in. So I'm done actually with the questions to these 5 leaders. So if you have any questions to them, if you have learned something, you want more clarification from them, now it's your time to do so. We have Arusha people, we have Kilimanjaro, Kigoma, Kagera, Mbeya. Mbeya, they are not here. We have Lindi who are present. So if there are any questions, kindly ask. If you need clarification, you can also ask. You can raise a hand or type in the chat box. I'll be around reading. Yes, Petro?
Well, thank you so much, Irene, and I'm sorry for being the first person always to ask the questions.
Don't be. You saved me from calling people.
Thank you. First of all, congratulations to all chapters for the good jobs that you are doing. Keep it up, and I know that the work that you are putting onto that will pay soon or later. I would love to first congratulate all the chapters for what they have done, but also particularly the Arusha chapter for the Read Me. I know that kids these days have trouble reading, and I also find some problems reading, especially if the text is big. So having these reading clubs would help a lot. So I would advise chapters that have American spaces because they have free spaces for reading. I know these chapters are doing a lot, but then we could put more effort on reading. So we could use American corners in the chapters that have American corners, and their books at the American corner, and also they could ask for donation for those who have books and start reading clubs where students would meet in these American corners and read books. I have two questions to Kigoma chapter. Hassan, congratulations first for taking stance in combating the environmental issues. This is a big problem right now, and the whole world is fighting for this. I'm glad that you are trying to mitigate the issue of the plastics being swept to the lake or to the sea to affect the aquatic organisms. But I have few concerns, like during the recycling problem. Don't you see that you are creating another problem? Like you are preventing the plastics from going to the lake, yet you are creating another toxic gas that is going to damage the air and going to damage the ozone layer and cause more trouble than having them go to the ocean, where I know it's going to cause trouble to aquatic organisms, but I think that the toxic gas that is produced during the recycling process could cause more harm than just having the plastic in the ocean. And the second question that is related to that, do you take any precaution measures or safety measures while doing the recycling so that you don't harm yourself or the society that is around you? As we know that recycling produces these toxic gases. Do you have any safety measures that you take, or do you plan to take any precautions? Or maybe I don't know how you can do it so that you don't damage yourself, your health, and you don't damage the health of the community, and you don't cause more trouble. If you have not taken that stance, I think it's important that you look for the way that you can take some precautions to prevent health issues for yourself and for the community around you. Thank you and congratulations for it.
Thank you,
And with
Pedro. Hassan?
Thank you very much for the precaution which you have given us, my fellow member. We take the precautions, and since we are in the in the first stage of recycling, and you must know that recycling is a process of reusing. You use the waste, you return the waste into a new product. So we try to reuse the plastic bottles into new products, into other products, considering the damages of the earth. So we consider that when you burn the plastic bottles, we know when you burn the plastic bottles, you produce toxic gases like sulfur or maybe carbon dioxide gas. So, but the way which we are using now is like cooking them. We cook them and we mix with the clay, and then we take, we produce the paving blocks. And another way of reusing these plastic bottles is to create the ornaments. So we created the ornaments using these plastic bottles, and we demonstrated this in Access graduation. When we finished the Access program in the last year, we demonstrated this before the representative from US Embassy. So as we continue the project also, we continue learning on how to prevent, the upcoming damages or the damages concerning this process. That's why right now we are looking for the, best instrument so that we can come from producing these materials from these plastic bottles by using hands to machines. So now we are trying. So we take your advice that we must consider the precautions of destroying the earth when you're trying to process or reprocess the product. I mean, these waste products, which are bottles, which have been already, I mean, these byproducts, which we call the empty bottles, which we collect around the Lake Tanganyika. So thank you very much for giving us your advice. So we'll continue considering this precaution of continuing, of avoiding continuing increasing the emission of toxic gases, which are very harmful for our earth. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hassan, for the answer. There was a question in the chat box about the joint exams. I think it has been answered, but again, this is an initiative in Kagera. If you are not there, you can look for a way to, you can check for them in WhatsApp, or you can call them so that you make it a joint in one region and the other. I think that would be better. Okay. There is one question for anyone, and I think even HQ can answer it. So many projects are directed to public schools or public school students. So the question is, how can we start to direct our projects to private schools or students? That is from Justin Ringo.
Okay, hello everyone. We direct projects to public school because most of the students, the large number of students are in public school. And these schools are vulnerable. They have less teaching and learning materials. They have less resources compared to private. Though it is not, the programs are not in the box. We normally welcome the owners of the school if they want to cooperate with us, working together. We do work together. So we don't close the door. Normally the doors are open, but the TELTA aims to send the program to public schools because a large number of students are there, and they are the ones who are affected with a lot of obstacles concerning learning. Thank you.
Okay, Martin, and then we'll go to Onesmo. Martin? Okay. Onesmo Samuel?
Thank you very much once again. Here in Lindi, we do both private schools and public schools because we aim to gain experience from different contexts. How do they prosper in teaching and learning? And also we want to learn from them, and also they can learn from us. During this couple of training we are doing here in Lindi, we incorporate those schools, and we didn't say that because you are from private school, you don't deserve. No, we do both, and we aim to learn from one another. Thank you.
Thank you, Onesmo. We're waiting for more questions. Questions, guys. Even the authors can ask other authors questions. There's no limit. Why is everyone so quiet? Let me save the chat. Anne, do you have a question?
Hello, Irene. I don't have a question, but I want to congratulate all the chapter leaders for the great work that they have done into their chapters. We have had success stories. I've also read what they did in their chapters. It's so encouraging, and it's a call to other chapters that since we have started the year, we need to do something as well to our chapters, like not to copy, but to learn from them and also do something in our chapters as well. So I want to congratulate every chapter that they have shared what they did, and we are really encouraged by their work and we have learned a lot. So I don't have a question, but I'm just congratulating all the work that they have been done with my fellow chapters. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, Onesmo?
All right, thank you once again. And I'm sorry, I pop in every time. Yeah, what I need to say is we need also to make sure that we, build the foundation for primary school teachers that will lead to, a betterment of the learners to secondary education level. Because one among the challenge that primary school teachers faces every day is how to teach language. So these workshops and this, opportunity that is happening, also primary school teachers has to be, in the move. I have seen so many projects that is only talking about, secondary school teachers, leaving aside, primary school teachers, which is the foundation of the language itself. So we need also, if Lindy have a, project, primary school teachers and also secondary school teachers, they come together, I can learn from secondary school teachers. They can learn from primary school teachers. All together, we can grow together and then make the teaching and learning to be easier, rather than, pushing one aside. So that is what I think, and it will be very great if all chapters they can do the same. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a very good question for TELTA HQ. Do you think the joint exam could be adopted by the HQ to make it nationwide? Either Martin or Kezia, one of you.
Martin has risen his hand a long time. Can you give him a chance? Then I'll chip in. You're not audible, Martin. You're not audible. You can sign out and come back again, connect with the mic. I'm sorry for that. While Martin is reconnecting, let me take this way. It is a good initiative, and probably we would love to adopt it, but we love to see chapters expand themselves and excel different activities, not initiated from HQ. So what I can do, I can advise is the call to all chapter leaders to adopt this. And if we see it is going very well, then as HQ, we can do something for that. It is not bad, it is good, and we can take it. And as Onesmo said, I would love to initiate from primary school level so that they can get used to that as time goes by, as far as the activities proceeding, secondary school will adopt it too, and moving forward. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I've switched on my other device. Because I think that the computer is giving problems on the mic. First, as Kezia have said, we really need to think of doing it national-wise, but probably some might have missed some information. There was a time we wanted it, but it ended up being like it's a conflict of interest with the TAOSA. So the headmasters did not really like it because it was going to undermine their chances of doing the TAOSA examinations. So probably we should try again the new phase that probably we should just do English language. Probably they will allow us. But like Kesia said, it is also an opportunity for chapters to expand. For example, if a Kigoma chapter does a test, they share with Morogoro, and Morogoro does a test, they share with Dar es Salaam. Dar es Salaam shares with Songea, Songea shares with Dodoma. Then by the end of the year, you'll discover that our students will have done a lot of tests from different regions that will make them excel in the examination. Then I wanted also to put something straight on the private schools students being involved in these programs. The thing is, with the private schools, every private school that has an owner who feels, and the head of school who feels TELTA can work with them are welcome. Because during the trainings, for example, the baseline training, we have been having baseline training with teachers from private schools joining the training. We have been having students participating in TELTA activities. It's on that right now. I encourage all regions, if you have any activity that you want to do for the students or with the students, write a letter to a private school. Make sure that the head of the school and the owners of the school, the so-called directors or managers, have information. Surely they participate. And students from private schools, sometimes they're very good icing on the sugar, on the cake when we are doing our activities with those students from public schools. This is an early time when they see themselves that they are just the same students. That respect of saying, she's from Loyola, so we cannot compete with her, is brushed off. Because during these activities that you do with the students, most of the times you will discover that all the students will become very free and very active in their doings. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We are going to Kelvin. Kelvin Alukolo. You can unmute yourself. You're muted.
Yes, I did it. Okay, thank you. I'm Mr. Kevin from Kibondo, Kigoma. I'm primary school teacher. First of all, let me thank Madam Mija Machibia for introducing me this platform. And now, since I joined the TELTA platform, I feel proud of it because I learned many things which is concerned with my occupation. Mr. Hassan from Kigoma, he was talking about recycling of the used bottles. Here at Kibondo, where I work, my working place, there is a lot of bottles which are used and they are found on the environment. So, especially me, how can I get more information about that project of recycling those bottles?
Hassan.
Okay. Thank you. I'll tell you. I'll tell you later after this meeting. I will ask Media Machibia to give you your contact so that we can connect you directly with our leader in these initiatives of recycling plastic bottles, who is Elizabeth Magobera. So don't worry. So after the meeting, we'll contact and talk more about this.
Thank you, Hassan. Irene?
Yeah. Mine was advice to other chapters because we want to introduce different initiative, but what it took initiative, we are supposed to volunteer ourselves. There is no one who is going to push you to do such initiative, maybe the headquarters. You need to volunteer yourself to do those initiatives, if it is a climate crisis or environmental issues, or if it is a leading club or any other initiative. So it is a call upon all chapters that we have to volunteer. There is nothing that we can do beyond if we don't volunteer ourselves. We are the same teacher in the same country, but we are going to do different if we try to volunteer ourselves. Thank you.
So, Irene, before you mute yourself, there's a question for you. Andrew Mbwambo is saying he would also like to know how do you do with the schools that have limited classes with no extra class or building with the read-me zone program?
They don't have what, class?
They don't have classes. They don't have extra classes. Do you do it in classes? Do you keep the books in classes?
Yes, we have the books in classes, but if, for example, in our school, we have the library where we have different books, students can go and read them. For those who are having low resource in their school, that's why we just propose to use those apps and the other online material, because you can not only find the material on the books, but also the online is an available resource for everyone to go there.
Okay. There is a question also from Justin Ringo. So he's saying the current results of formal education assessment and examinations are showing the falling of English language performance. As TELTA, what can we do to rescue to a countrywide at large? Taking consideration it is January and we'll set plans and activities. So this goes to anyone who can answer it. It's thrown to anyone.
Let me share the
Do we have a
experience
volunteer?
from headquarters.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
May I share the experience from headquarters?
Okay.
Yeah, normally in headquarters coordination group, we pause the assessment group that the assessment books that are provided from Nectar, and sometimes we pose some questions on how we can tackle those questions and obstacles that they found during the marking. And it happened that we are not that much serious, discuss and overcome this problem. But this is the call again to all leaders and us as teachers to make sure that we'll read those books thoroughly and understand how the markers went through those marking issues and put it to action again. That's one. Two, we as a teacher, I've come to understand that most of teachers teach, they normally teach according to the experience and not according to the teacher's guide says. They don't read thoroughly the teacher's guide and teacher's book. That is why you found they teach randomly. I can say that. But if you read it thoroughly and follow the guidance, you might have end up having some good results, as well as teaching according to the time and finish the syllabus, the topic early, so that you can do a lot of revision, provide feedback to the students, provide homeworks, and etc. etc. So we need to be we need to work hard, make sure that we do our part, but also as English teachers, I can say, stop boasting ourselves that we know everything. Ask for peer teaching that can help us in our in performance and working, and it can help us in overall working environment in our school. That is the experience I saw in most of the teachers. So this is the call. Again, this is the call. And maybe Martin can add another experience, because we have seen a lot of things during this baseline training. And that's why we say this song. Thank you.
Thank you. Mwanaidi Mwacha, I hope you're in a place where you can talk. There is a question for you, so I'm giving you 2 minutes to get ready. We'll take Chuma and then Jafet. Chuma?
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Actually, Morogoro chapter, we conducted different things in the last year in collaboration with my fellow leaders, whom you can see they are here, Umi Masimba, we have got Safina, and the other leaders, without forgetting Dr. Onesmo from SUA University. Actually, last year, hello? Hello?
Continue, Asia, please mute Martin.
Okay, thank you very much. As I said, last year, TELTA Morogoro chapter, we conducted different big things. For example, we took English language teachers to US Embassy. We thank TELTA HQ for giving us a collaboration, for hosting us there in Dar es Salaam. And then another thing which we succeeded, TELTA from Morogoro, also we sat different joint examination. Here in Morogoro, DO as well as RIO trusted TELTA simply because we have been given the opportunity to set different big examination. For example, annual examination, this terminal examination. It is conducted by TELTA. So we have been called by DO, RIO, and then we set different big examination. Also, they trust us. Many big things they will call upon us to collaborate with them. Another thing, last year, Morogoro chapter, we conducted, or we called different English language teachers, and we beg Dr. Onesmo, Professor Hashim, to taught us on how to write a proposal writing conference. So teachers attended. Also, we conducted different workshops, and we thank God, English language teachers showed up. So they came last year and they learned a lot of things. Another thing which we conducted last year, we did the English Day. So this thing, we look at the calendar, and then we saw there is a program of English International Day, and also we conducted that event last year. So students as well as English language teachers collaborated with that English Day. Also this year, we expect to do that with my fellow leaders, whom I have already mentioned. Also, another thing.
Tuma.
Okay. There is a certain thing which I want to add about the joint examination. This joint examination, we started last year with the Mwanaidi Media and a certain teacher from Singida. So this is a joint national examination. So we started the group WhatsApp, and then we added teachers on that group, and then we distributed different examination to them. So we succeeded with that program. Thank you very much for that short period of time. Thank you a lot.
Thank you so much, Chuma, for experience sharing. I would also like to advise you that next time there's a call for articles, you do put what you have been telling us here in writing. I think that will last longer rather than just speaking. If it's in writing, it will last longer and it will reach more people rather than just this webinar. Jafet Nali? Okay, if you're not ready, I think it's the same what Mwanaidi has been asked. Mwanaidi, you have been asked to share experience about your literature exams nationwide. Do you have conflict of interest, as others have said?
Sorry, Irene, can you repeat?
You have been coordinating literature exams nationwide, and I think that is what Chuma has told us recently. So do you have conflict of interest? Because was it Martin who talked about conflict of interest with Tahosa? Do you face the same challenge? You can share your experience.
Not at all. I never faced any kind of challenge from Tahosa or anyone because these exams are done monthly by the teachers themselves. For example, we have a moderation group where we select 10 teachers. Each one conducted one question, then we moderate them. So it's a question from the teachers, then back to the teachers themselves. So we never faced any kind of challenges as if now.
Also, the teachers, you just give the exams to the teachers and the teachers find a way to give it to their students and then you mark it.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Jafet, I can see you now.
Yes, thank you very much for this opportunity. My question is too short. I would like to know about those teachers who have explained here about the joint examinations. I know that, as I know, we TELTA, this group will include teachers who are teaching English language. Now, how about other subjects? Do they involve other subjects like physics and chemistry, mathematics in these joint examinations? And how do they prepare these if they involve all subjects there? Or it's only English, joint examination for only English language? Thank you.
Okay. For the case of Mwanaidi, I do understand it's only literature, and then we can go take that to Godfrey. Godfrey Christian, are you around?
Yes, I'm around, Irene. Thank you. Let me respond for that question. Here for Kagera, what we always do is for English language subject only. We don't incorporate other subjects.
Okay. Okay, I'm trying to go to the chat box. Yes, Martin, while I look for questions. Martin.
Okay, yes. Chuma and his team have been doing great. And I'm in the group that is doing the national examinations, and they're doing a great job. So what I was thinking, and we are going to discuss it so that we can also air our views to our national level, that these examinations, we need to officiate them by trying to make sure that the passing rate of English national-wise is down. So as TELTA, we need to raise the platform or raise the bar and have it done nationwide. But the way we can do it, it should not come from the headquarters, so that it should not be showing some conflict of interest. I'm sure more teachers from TELTA are supposed to join or maybe to follow what Mwanaidi and Chuma are doing. I remember during the conference in Arusha, I spoke about it. Please, guys, join the group that these guys are running, and it's running with the name TELTA. So why can't you just join and then be part of the examinations, be part of the marking, be part of everything, so that we should also try to say, okay, at the end of the day, we should say, okay, all schools that are having active TELTA teachers are having good results. this is possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. You also talked about conflict of interest with TAHOSA. So if you're having challenges in that area, you have Mwanakombo to consult. She can help you with the TAHOSA people.
Sure, we'll do so.
Yeah. Since we don't have questions, okay. Now I'm going directly to Jamal. Is Jamal around? We are finishing up with membership. Jamal?
Yes, I'm around.
Jamal?
Yes, I'm around.
Around. Okay. So our last person is Jamal Maringo, who is the membership coordinator. Since we've been talking about TELTA, and we know there is membership for TELTA. So my very first question to you, Jamal, is how many members does TELTA currently have? Yours are very short.
Sorry, I didn't
How
get
many
you.
members do we have currently? How many members do we have currently registered?
I don't remember exactly, but it's more than 900 teachers.
Okay. So now that you are saying you don't remember, I wanted you to break down the numbers in chapters. Like we have 4 in Kigoma, we have 10 in Ruvuma. That's what I wanted.
Oh.
So that we know which chapter needs more on its membership.
In fact, I'm very sorry for that because I've left the data, the access book, which is having that data at home because I'm at hospital right now. But the leading chapter is Dar es Salaam, which is having more than 500 members.
Okay. And the last one?
The last one may be, I think Tabora, something like that.
Okay. As we know, there is a membership form. We have chapter leaders here. Kindly keep emphasizing to your members to register themselves. So Jamal, what strategies do you have in place to grow the membership base as the member coordinator?
In fact, we normally use WhatsApp groups, as the others say, that we disseminate our information through WhatsApp groups. And when you meet our fellow teachers in the streets, in our training, we normally tell them the importance of being a member. So even yesterday, for example, we had a training at Mbezi Beach High School, and we met some teachers, some English teachers. We informed them about TELTA. They're not aware, though they live in Dar es Salaam, but they're not aware because, as you know, that the readiness of teachers sometimes they're not ready. They're not ready to search for information, so they're not aware about TELTA, and we informed them about TELTA. And I didn't look at the my inbox today, but I think they might have filled the forms, membership forms. So we add members like that by meeting personally and visiting their school sometimes. And when we conduct a training, and we do use our WhatsApp groups, something like that.
Okay. So as we said earlier to the HQ that they need to have a specific target for the year. Do you have a target for members for this year, membership target? You have said it's
this year
900, but we have so many English language teachers.
Yeah, sure. You know, when you visit the groups, you can find more than 1,000 teachers. But the problem is filling the membership form. That's a problem. That's a very big challenge. Because, for example, in Dar es Salaam, we are saying that there are about more than 500 teachers, but in our WhatsApp group, there are so many people, more than 500. But the problem is registering themselves through membership form. That's a problem because I heard someone saying here about technophobia. So even Dar es Salaam here, there are some teachers who face the same challenge. and in other, because I've been receiving some questions from some members from the regions, from other chapters, that they face the same, that a person is asking you, how do I fill this membership form? It has been written here, a country. So which country should I fill here? So you can find that the technology. Technology has been a challenge to our members. But in this year, our target is to have more than, about 1,000 teachers. Because if you know that we have a conference in this year, so we know that we are going to register many English language teachers through that conference. And again, because we have training in the regions, so we expect again to meet new teachers, and we expect to have more than 1,000 teachers in this year.
Okay. So I've heard you and others have heard you. I do believe that each chapter has got a membership coordinator. I would advise you to work with them so that we reach that target this year. They are the ones who can help you on the chapter level.
Thank you.
If you have anything to add on membership, you have 2 minutes.
Excuse me, Irene, I would like to contribute on that.
I will get back to you, Lightness. I want Jamal to finish first. I've seen your questions. I'll get to you. Jamal, if you have anything to add apart from my questions.
Yeah, I've taken your advice there that to meet membership coordinators, I think that will be great, and I'll make it soon. I think on Monday, inshallah, I'll try to find the numbers. Then we can form the small group for membership coordinators, and they scrutinize on how to add members in our association. Thank you.
Okay, Lightness, you had questions? Light?
I wanted to add on how to increase the membership for TELTA. I would like to say that maybe we should formulate some sub chapters apart from just a regional chapter. Maybe we could have district wise and assign members responsibility so that they can take ownership of their membership and see that they're important and they can do something they can contribute to chapter. Currently, we have plenty of inactive members, and that is not very motivating.
I can talk about that.
Yes.
Yes, I can talk about that. The challenges, I can say the challenges leaders, as I normally say in our coordination group, the challenge is to leaders themselves, because if members are not motivated, are not trained, they are not provided anything in the chapters, what's the benefit of being a member? Because, for example, in Dar es Salaam here, we secure members because some teachers find the importance of being member, or they attend the training. So you have to do the same. The chapters have to act the same. You have to make your chapters active. No way, because if you convince a person to join your association, after joining, he or she doesn't see anything going on, she doesn't benefit anything, the member should be very inactive. So to activate the chapters, we should find out ways to make our WhatsApp groups active. So, for example, I congratulate Morogoro chapter, Morogoro chapter, because the group is normally active. Why? Because they post questions, they help each other, and they give out solutions. For example, they can put down the question, the national examination paper, let's say last year, national examination paper, then they solve it from question number 1 to the last question. So it means they invite even the people that if you want to know the answers of the question, or if you want the challenges, or you want a clear description of what is inside the paper, please join this group. And that's why you find the Morogoro chapter, is having many members. Why? Because their chapter is very active. So we can do the same to other chapters. Readiness of the leaders to invite and to be creative on our activities. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I will take a few questions. We are running out of time. Lightness had questions. I saw them in the chat box. You can ask them and then we'll go to Hassan and we'll close this. Lightness, you can ask your questions now.
I was asking, how is TELTA prepared with the implementation of the currently reformed curriculum that requires students to attain vocational skills? How is TELTA supporting primary English teachers? As I feel like most of the TELTA members are secondary school teachers who are graduates, well educated, but we have plenty of teachers who are less educated and they need much of the support. How can TELTA help those teachers?
Can I answer that question?
Yes.
Shortly, because Kesia was here, Nima Klasa was here, and I think they didn't touch about that. Sometimes if you navigate our website, you find the challenges that we face. Sometimes we lack cooperation from these government officials. I remember in this year, no, not this year, last year, we wrote a letter to the ministry to request to facilitate training for primary teachers. Yes, I remember primary teachers, but no answer till today. So sometimes we face difficulty, or we face the obstruction from the government officials. We send letters because we cannot perform anything without the consent of the government. So, TELTA is ready to help, but it cannot do it without the consent, without being authorized by the government. Okay, this year, new things, so we are still struggling to ask you for that permission. If you're allowed, I think you'll find us in the primary school. Thank you.
Thank you. Hassan, you'll be the last.
Thank you, the moderator. I would like to ask our grandpa the question, which strategy are we taking to revive the dead chapters? Remembering that we ambassadors, we speak out about TELTA everywhere and we get the new members, but sometimes we get the challenge that these members, they don't have the chapters. So how do we which strategies can we take to revive the dead chapters, like in Twara?
Wow.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think they can join that. That's why we inaugurated that national WhatsApp group. And we know that Mtwara is not active, but it doesn't mean that Mtwara teachers cannot join cannot apply for membership. They apply for membership and they'll fill their chapter Mtwara, because bad enough or good enough, we don't ask a person about his or her chapter. We normally ask for there's a place to fill their school and region, right? So if you fill their school and region, then we include you in the TELTA community group, which is nationwide. So we are going to incorporate these teachers. I think moderator asked a question about how to feed these members in the national WhatsApp group. So I think the members from Mtwara will benefit from that. So we are going to plan about that, and I think soon the online training will be conducted through online. So even those chapters which are dead, not only Mtwara, even Simiyu, you've forgotten to mention it. So they're going to benefit from that way. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Jamal.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, there are no more questions. I think we can close this now. Whatever Petro is telling you in the chat box, Kezia, please work on it. You and Jamal, that's the truth. work on it. There are no more questions. There was a person who was saying that he thought this is the launching of newsletter or something. We've been having TELTA newsletters since last year. I think last year we had, is it 2 or 3 newsletters? And this is the first, yeah, we had 2 and this is the first for this year. So the newsletters were launched last year and it's a continuation. We're just launching this issue 1 for 2025 today. So if you have not read the newsletter and you're here, Kezia can share the link to the website where you can find the newsletter and then you can read the articles and get a lot of information of what we've been discussing here. Ayub, are you in a good place or not? You just say if yes or no. We'll understand. Mr. President.
Hello, Irene. I hope you can hear me, and I'm sorry that I'm in a bit noisy place, but I just wanted to give my few comments. And the first one is congratulations. Congratulations, everyone, for a great job. We all understand that only few wrote the articles, but they wrote to represent what happened in the chapters. And it's us, chapter members, teachers, English language teachers, science teachers who benefited from this program. So I really congratulate everyone for that great job. I congratulate the editors for making this job done. Excellent work. We have maintained that standard we want, the highest level. That's super excellent. But I just want to say congratulations to our chief editor. This is like a 3rd or 4th newsletter we are publishing, and it's very excellent. Our chief editor, thank you very much, Madam Irene Maganga. I understand that we have stolen you from African TELTA, but your boss will understand. Will understand us. Thank you very much. You have been very, very helpful in organizing this. I understand that there are times that you feel like losing hope, like people don't want to give you a support, but you did great. You always maintain, whenever you have something to achieve, you don't lose hope that easily. And that's the quality of a great leader. I wish you all the best. And I am positive that in very few years, you'll be a very, very great person in this country, including all of you English language teachers. Asanteni sana. And niwapongeze sana wote. Thank you very much. Asanteni.
Sisi tunakupongeza.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, my panelists, the authors. Again, thank you to the editors of this work. Been to write articles. It's also a call for those who did not do so. Time that there is a call, please write about the activities you're doing in your chapters. It's better that you keep them in writing rather than just speaking about them. If they are in writing, they will stay longer and save the future. You can turn on the as a list. I see people and so that I can also take screenshots. I don't see faces. A few people. It's January, it's the beginning of the year, guys. We need to see faces, smiles.
Even if you're angry. Hassan, what are you saying?
Jamali, hiyo ndo sura yako.
Yes,
Yeah.
Kesha, are you taking screenshots?
I think it is already, Jaman.
Take the screenshot.
What is already, Clara?
I think she has taken already.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining us.
Yeah,
Thank you
We have taken a
too,
lot of your
Madam
time.
Moderator.
Because we have increased the light now. So we've employed someone to increase the light. Already taken the picture.
May have a good evening.
Already?
Jamani, congratulations.
Kezia, you are muted, so we can't hear you.
Madam Maganga, already taken the picture?
I'm
Kezia was taking
saying,
the pictures.
if that is the case, can I repeat? And Tina, do the needful, please. It's your work. If zikipotea, I'm looking up to you. Yeah, beautiful.
I'm using my phone today, madam. Sorry.
Okay, let me save this one, then I come back. Don't go, don't go.
The smiles you fed.
I can't go anywhere, Jamani.
Okay, done. Thank
here,
you
here.
so much, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I saw my brother Simba here. How are you, bro?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, guys.
Done.
Thank you, everyone.
So much.
Moderator for the presentation. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night. Okay.
Nimeingia lisali 1 na dakika 51.
Kezia, you can end the meeting.
Kumbe